Welcome back, everyone. This is the FloTrack podcast. Thanks for liking. Thanks for subscribing. I'm Kevin. He is Gordon. Got a lot to get to today. Gordon, you were out at the Texas Relays yesterday, taking all the action. How was it? I didn't get to talk to you about it.
So I went and watched the men's 800. We saw an interesting race there where Bryce Hoppel lost to a kid from Angelo State. Turns out he's 24 years old, from Morocco, but runs for Angelo State. They ran 145 meet record. Pretty interesting. But the whole reason I went to the Thursday edition of the Texas Relays was for the fish fry.
How was it?
So let me talk about before I got to the fish fry. So I went with my colleague, Brian, our friend, Brian. We're like, all right, we have to get to Texas Relays. We're driving. We pull in, and they're like, you got to go. You can't. This road's blocked. So we're like, all right, we go to the other road. That road was blocked. We go to the third road's blocked. Go to the fourth road, it's not blocked. Go into the fourth road, they said, you got to go to the fifth road. So then we go into the fifth road, we finally get to the parking garage. It took us
Your first time at
minutes.
Texas Relays? I should have
I've never
gone
driven
with
to
you.
Texas Relays.
Oh,
I've
a
only
veteran.
ridden my bike or walked because my apartment used to be near the stadium. So it took me 45 minutes to park.
I'm a veteran with the Manor Garage, by the way.
45 minutes to
on
park
there.
for Thursday day where there wasn't a lot of people. It wasn't crowded or anything.
Yeah.
So I was like, Saturday, I'm not even going to try.
What are you going to do on Saturday?
I'm going to bike.
Okay.
All right, so I get in the car. We park. We're good. We get the credentials. Then we go to the fish fry, and they're like, "You need a ticket." I didn't have a ticket.
So you didn't get any?
No. So we found a way to get a ticket.
Okay.
We got the tickets. So then we go to the fish fry, and then the line. When I went to the fish fry a few years ago, it took 5 minutes to get the fish.
Yeah.
The fish
fried
was fried.
fish.
The fried fish was on my plate in 5 minutes.
What happened?
We get there at like 7:15. I don't get my fish fry till like 8:30. I waited in line for like an hour and a half.
Wait, so isn't that when the 800 happened? Or was that
The
after?
800 was at 7:09.
Oh, so
it's
you
right
saw
after
the 800 first, and then you went up. Gotcha.
Yeah, so we waited a long time, got the fish fry, had a few drinks, good time, and then
So now you have a plan for Saturday. It's good that you went on Thursday.
yeah,
Work out some of the kinks.
I got all the kinks out.
Yeah.
There's a lot of kinks, they're all out, so we're good now.
You're ready to roll.
Yeah, Texas Relays is going on right now. There's been some prelims going on.
Someone's running fast at this moment, and we're not going to talk about it. It's okay.
Well, we can.
But we'll talk about it next week if it's really that fast.
Yeah, but Saturday is like the big stuff with the pro 4x1s, 4x4s, the finals and stuff like that.
Here's the big story with the Texas Relays. Is the win going to be legal? So I did a little reporting, and by reporting I mean I walked outside because we live in Austin, Texas, and I said, "Is this 2.0?" Because
This is 2.0.
it's been a little rainy.
That'll be a fun game if we could like.
Yeah.
Can you predict the win?
You turn the fan on in front of
Yeah,
somebody.
just see like
7. Sorry.
it's like a 3.8.
So it's been windy a bit. It's been overcast and rainy. The weather is usually all over the place here, but I don't think it's not crazy windy.
Okay, when did you do this test?
When I do the test, about 4 hours ago.
Okay, you know what the wind readings were for some of these races in the prelims?
What were they?
3.9, 5.9, 6.6.
6.6?
Yeah, we had a 6.6 wind.
Dude, that might be a new record. We might have seen history. I should have got
Has there
down
ever
there.
been like a 10.0 wind?
I want to see it.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking.
6.8. I found a 6.8.
So my test
Devin
was,
Brooks ran 13:21 in the 110 hurdles with 6.8 wind.
there just must be a tunneling effect there, correct? That has to be the answer. Because did it strike you as particularly windy? You haven't been outside except probably when you walk from the parking lot in here today, correct? Okay, so that's nuts. That's nuts. It did not feel 6.0 when I went outside.
Devin Moore of Carson Newman,
What'd he get?
3.4 wind, sub 10 in a prelim. It's pretty impressive. Anyway, I'm kind of just randomly
So watch the
saying
wind,
numbers
basically.
and wins.
Because it feels like every other year the winds are insane, and then they run the real fast times, but none of them count. And then the next year it's a little more calm. But
Mackenzie Long, Ole Miss senior, she ran 10.8. Oh, 3.5 wind.
1080, yeah.
That's fast.
Man. Okay. It's going to be windy, folks. All the times are going to be windy.
10.80?
Yeah. That's really fast.
That's that should be our A block. Mackenzie Long.
That's just a prelim, too, correct?
What's our PB? All right. Sorry. I'm messing with the run of show. I know you hate when I do this.
Yeah, you do a good job of it.
Mackenzie Long, her PB was her PB was 11:49.
Well, it says, does it have the NC State transfer? Does it have the NC State results on there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Her PB was 11:49, and then she ran 10:8.
It's a big PB. It's a massive PB. That's a good one. All right, ready to start the show?
I don't think we're recognizing how crazy that is.
Oh,
11:49 to 10:80.
Well, I know, but it's 3.5, so it doesn't count.
That's not. It's only 1.5 over 2.
I know, but it still doesn't count. What was her wind? Maybe she had a wind aided.
No,
Did she have a wind aided?
that's her fastest wind aided time.
Wind aided or non-wind aided? Okay.
Something happened.
All in the game says Mackenzie Long had a good indoor season.
She did. She ran 7:10 in the 60.
Yeah.
She was 7th in the final.
Okay, well, yeah, that's a very misleading 100-meter PR, the old one.
Yeah, but in 1 year, you go from 11:49 to 10:80.
That's what I'm saying. I think the 11.49 obviously wasn't
Indicative.
accurate representation of her talent because
She's a senior. It's not like she's a
ran, if you make the 60-meter final indoors, you're way faster than that. Maybe not 10.8, but she's not 10.8 still because the unfortunate wind. Okay, it's going to be windy, basically.
Mackenzie Long might win the NCAA title.
That's the takeaway? Love it. Love it. All right. Let's go. Let's talk champs first. One of your favorite meets, one of my favorite meets. You've been there, so you can lay a stronger claim to it being one of your favorite meets. And we had 2 incredible results in the 100. Let's start first on the boys' side. Buwaji Nkrumah goes 9.99. Now, he had run 10.02 before this meet, and the talk around champs leading up to it was about if Nkrumah would be the first person to ever go sub-10 at champs, and he pulled it off. He won by a massive margin. If you've been paying attention to the juniors, you're paying attention to the Jamaican side of things, you know this guy already, silver medalist at World Juniors, and he just took full advantage of the big stage that is champs. So Jamaica now developing a nice little crew of young sprinters on the men's side here with Nkrumah, with Akeem Blake, and with Oblique Seville. Obviously, his best days are going to come, maybe not this year, although he could make a run at the World Championship team. But if you're looking at Paris and beyond, he's a guy to watch.
Yeah, you talk about how going into champs, everyone was thinking, could this be the first sub-10? I remember the last time I recently remember there being sub-10 talk was around Zarnell Hughes.
Yeah.
Who went on, he wasn't Jamaican, but he
competed at champs.
He competed at champs for Kingston College, and he ran 10:12. And everyone was like, whoa, 10:12. Now, that was 2014, so almost 10 years later, we're now seeing 9.99.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah, and there's so much pressure at this meet. You look at the posts from social media, all the legends are showing up. There's all the talk. There's representing for your school, which is a huge deal over there as well, too. Is it the same as the World Championship or Olympics? No, but for these youngsters, that's a lot of pressure at an early age.
Yeah, we see this. We'll bring up the race here. Do we have that?
The top one there.
The top race on the men's side. 9.99, man. What do you think? How? Like at the end of the day, it is still like you need to be in the 9.8s, 9.7s to be an international threat. But you look at this race and how quickly he pulled away from everyone else.
He looks to the side too.
He looks to the side. He has a very confident. Looks like he's still like at his floor and not his ceiling. 9.99 is looking pretty good for.
Yeah, Jamaica has to be fired up.
Yeah.
They have to be fired up because there were some lean years post-Bolt on the men's side where you're missing finals, not on the medal stand, and then last year you have the emergence of Seville and Akeem Blake, and then now you have Nkrumah. What I like about it, too, is he was competitive last year. This isn't a guy who just came completely out of nowhere, which is why he was getting the sub-10 talk. He had run 10.02. Now, all right, in the altitude in Colombia, like what does that convert to? He was behind Tobago. But so to take a step forward from there shows you he's trending in the right direction, shows you it's not going to be a one-off, and he runs a time that there's a ton of history at this meet, and nobody's come close now. And he just blew out that field, too. When you're looking to the side, go faster with some competition.
So, Jamaica 4x1. They're young.
Yeah. You could put together, there's other guys that could be on the team, but you could make a solid under 22 4x4 or 4x1 right now. But you could throw Johan Blake on there, put a veteran. He ran sub 10 last year.
Is Blake still?
He's still going.
He's still going for
Remember,
it?
he had that one fast time, really fast time last year in the 100. But yeah, he's still around.
He's probably going through to at least Paris.
I would think he's going through to Paris, usher in the next generation.
I mean, he did run 985, so that's legit. So you got Blake at 985, Seville 986, Akeem Blake at 993. You now have a 999 here from this guy. They have Devontae Burnett, who ran 999. Conroy Jones 10 flat. So and a Delaney Walker 10 flat. So you have a lot of people around 10 flat 999.
But say the year of birth on those ones, other than Johan.
2001, 2002, 2000, 2002, 2004.
And then, yeah.
Man, does that make you feel old?
No, that makes me excited for the future of Jamaican sprinting because Seville just turned 22. Do I have that correct?
Well, he's born March 16th, 2001.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Just turned 22. And then Akeem Blake's a year behind him.
21.
Yeah.
And then Burnett is probably 23.
We could get, yeah. So in the next 2-3 years.
And then this guy's 20.
And Krume.
And Krume is what?
19.
19.
Exactly. In the next so some of those guys are going to continue to really, really flourish.
They're going to be really good in 2025.
I would say in 2024. I think.
Yeah,
we could have a legit renewal of
they're going to be really good in
U.S. Jamaica men's
Ford will
travel.
be good, but 2025 they'll be at their final best.
Final best.
Yeah, the final form.
That's serious. All right, let's go to the other side here. Alana Reed. Oh my goodness. 18 years old from Jamaica. Crushes the champs record, which was held by Veronica Campbell-Brown. 10.92. 10.92 in this 100. She had never been under 11 seconds before. In fact, her PR came from the round before where she had an 11.16. Last year at Champs, she ran 11.22. So she dropped 0.3 in a year. She actually didn't even make the Jamaica team in the 100 for U20s. She made it the 200 and got a medal in the 200. So she has international experience and she's proven herself. But 10.92, whole different ball game. And similar to Nkrumah on the men's side, taking down a champs record. And this one has even more history attached to it because it's Veronica Campbell-Brown.
Yeah, and the thing about, though, being a good female sprinter from Jamaica, it's like the worst situation to be in.
Well, the best.
Well, best and worst.
Yeah.
It's the best because you're in the best spot, but the worst is like, oh, yeah, there's only just, 3 of the potential all-time greats currently running.
Yeah.
So, and 3 people make a team.
Tough to make a team.
Tough to make a team.
Yeah. Well, you got the 4th spot.
4th spot, yeah, but not on Olympics.
No, you're right. But you watch this race and you look at the margin of victory and this isn't a regular high school meet with the margin of victory. This isn't the Pennsylvania Division III district meet. This is Jamaican
I felt
champ.
that was a personal
Were you Division
attack
III?
at Pennsylvania athletes.
What division were you? I'm sorry.
I mean, I was division. We didn't have divisions. It was 4A, 3A, 2A.
Okay. Did you have districts?
Yeah, we had districts.
Okay. I was trying to make a point that it wasn't just a small gathering of high schoolers. This is the Jamaican boys and girls champs.
Super Bowl.
Exactly. And there's a lot of people. There's people in that final who are going to be big names one day, going to be on the circuit one day. And Reed won by a huge margin.
Speaking of winning by huge margins, did you see the Akeni Simbene?
Yeah, that was a little more expected.
Wasn't expected by you, though, because when we created the top 10 100-meter preseason list, you did not put this guy on the list.
I thought we were a team, man.
No, we're not a team. I'm going to take my...
You added him in.
Yeah, you're
Good
welcome.
Addition. You made us look smart.
For making us look smart, because
okay, but hold on.
A week later, he goes out and does this.
Do you want me to mention every time I make you look smart? That would be annoying to you because it would be, I don't know how often it would be. So we had him what? Oh, 8th. Okay. I think that's a solid spot for him.
Yeah.
With a 992. So Nkrumah doesn't have the world lead anymore. Akani Simbene does.
Well, doesn't Omanyala have the world lead?
No, because World Athletics never recognized the time.
Yeah, but other people are. He's our world leader.
Yeah, we need a separate board.
Yeah, we have 2 boards.
Daniel Roberts, world indoor champion.
Yes.
And
He's not the world indoor champion. World indoor tour champion.
no,
Come on.
he gets the world indoor champion. We get to make the rules. We're making all of the rules.
But 992 in March.
Yeah.
That's pretty damn good. Is that? Don't people normally have like the whole like fastest time in March rankings?
Yeah.
Is that one of the fastest times
It's
in
a little.
March?
It's a little different because some countries are starting their indoor season sooner than others, and there's meets down there and in South Africa and in Australia a little earlier. But yeah, he hasn't lost a step. He's certainly there, and he's a guy who can make finals. So we'll see what happens when
I'm gonna see
the
if
rest
that's
of
the
the season
fastest
comes
time
on.
in March all time.
I'm gonna say it's not.
How fast do you think I can find this information?
I don't know. People love it though when you look up information on a podcast.
Yeah, because I'm giving them the news. All right, we're gonna find this. Okay, boom. We want to do.
What you just maybe if you Googled it, fastest.
No.
I'm gonna see if I can get fastest 100 meter time by month. This says 9:58 Usain Bolt.
Nope. What is it?
This doesn't exist. This doesn't exist at least in the first couple pages of the internet. Yeah.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Next, finish. Boom.
If you can beat Gordon, we should have a prize.
Yeah, who can find it? Is this the fastest time in March ever?
Couldn't you just go?
Okay, fastest times in March. You ready?
I could just.
Oh man. So Benjamin Azamati
At Texas
at
Relays.
Texas Relays last year ran 990.
Yeah.
2.0 win. Probably a fake win. Simbine in 2020 ran 991. And then in 2017 ran 992. So it is tied for the 3rd fastest time. It's not even his fastest time in March. So this whole thing was a waste of my time. But it shows that he's been doing this. In 2017, he ran 992. In 2020, he ran 991. Or 2021, he ran 991. Yeah. So
yeah, he's right there, and he's always been a guy who makes finals. So it lets you know he belongs in that top 10, in the top 8, really, and is going to contest in that final. And can he have that good race at the right moment in Budapest to get on the medal stand? All right. What's next on the rundown? Okay, Texas Relays. Do a little bit of a preview here. And then we'll talk about Florida Relays as well. So, again, when you look at these relays, you look at the start list, you don't know who's actually going to be there. You don't know who's going to be on what team.
Don't you just love track and field?
It is particularly confusing at these relay meets involving pro athletes. College athletes, not so much, because if a team shows up, then you're like, okay, there's a chance that person might come. But for the pros, you have no idea. I wanted to highlight a few folks.
They're all like fake teams with fake names, like USA Stars.
Yeah.
American Elites.
I got my USA Stars jersey.
All-Star USA.
Yeah. So, I guess, what are you looking forward to? Is it more the college stuff or the pro debuts?
We're talking about Texas Relays?
Texas Relays, then we'll do Florida Relays.
I mean, I'm really excited now about Mackenzie Long because she just ran 1080.
Yeah.
Which I did not see coming.
In the Open 100, yeah.
In the Open 100. But seeing what some of these college kids split in a 4x4 will be interesting. Like Bowling is probably going to run a fast 4x4 split, see what he does.
Godwin's in there, too.
Godwin's going to be there. Houston doesn't look like they have a 4x1. They're not running a 4x1 this year, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, is that against the rules? Because we want Houston LSU 4x1s to happen.
I think they're breaking the rules. I think they need to cancel the meet.
Yeah.
It doesn't. All the results are invalidated because
all the trash talk going back and forth.
But notably, I think the thing I'm looking forward to most is seeing some of the superstars who we're going to be seeing running potentially in August. The Abby Steiners, the Christian Colemans, Gabby Thomases, even Sha'Carri Richardson. She's going to be running in the 4x1. Now, the thing is, you're not really going to get much out of a relay split, especially if it's a 100-meter relay split.
Yeah.
But you can see how they look. You can kind of tell, like, they look like they're in good shape and good form. And it's also just good to see them back on the track. It's been like 6 months since a lot of these people, especially the ones who skipped indoor, to see them run. So it's not really about time. It's also about more just seeing competition. You don't really care about seeing fast times. You just want to see like a close finish. You saw that in the college races with LSU versus Houston. You want to see that.
Yeah.
It's not about fast times because of the wind. It's just about seeing the stars, put it on the spikes, and getting out there.
Yeah, I want to see Terrence Jones in the men's too.
That would be good.
That could be fun. Won the 60. He's run a fast 100 before, but what can he do in the 2? And then one pro that's not solely focused on the relays, but she's entered in individual events, and this is what she does last couple of years, is Gabby Thomas. Right? She's entered in the 1, she's entered in the 2. She's run 21.69 here. It was wind dated. She's run 22.2, 22.3. So she has this pattern to how she starts her season, and I want to see how this time measured up. It's awfully difficult, though, to forecast because of you ran this time with a 2.5, and then last year it was a 3.6. It's very, very difficult to read too much into it. But you're right. Let's just embrace the fact that they're out there and they're running. And relays are fun. Do you wish that the pros ran in the college sections? Like they made just like the best 8 teams, whoever they were, like win or best 6 teams?
Yeah.
4x1. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Because Bednarik and Coleman are entered in on a 4x1. Like that would be cool to see them go against the collegians. It just give you an idea of the speed that we're working with.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the women's 4x1, there's a team of Oliver, Tanisha Terry, Tiana Daniels, and Sha'Carri Richardson.
Yeah,
well, that's
a good team.
That's a team that could represent USA. You can see that being the 4x1 team. I mean, obviously there's other big names not there, Aaliyah Hobbs and Melissa Jefferson, etc. But one thing I do though, this 4x1 at Texas Relays, where you see a lot of these sprint stars all kind of come together, it reminds me of my idea that we should decide USA's 4x1 via an actual trials format, and it's like, hey, you choose who you run with, and then whoever wins. And so there's a little bit of gamemanship. It's like the best are going to want to work together. They're not going to want to compete. So it's.
I thought you amended that idea to have relay tryouts. I thought that's what we landed on, which was one of your better ideas.
Yeah, take that back. No, this would be fun just to see it. Maybe relay invitational.
Yeah,
but yeah, everyone comes back and they do another race for
relay
splits. Yeah.
A month after 2 weeks after USA's, hey, you want to go? You want to be on the team? Show up.
Yeah.
You don't? We don't want to hear you complain.
Yeah.
This is the time to do it. But your idea of people drafting other people to be on their team.
But think about all the stories around like, hey, this guy's leaving the 4x1 team.
Yeah.
And like, ooh, wow, does this mean that this 4x1 team is now going to represent USA? It's all going to be about the transactions between.
It's like beach volleyball partners.
Like
all the drama.
Yeah.
I was making an Olympic parallel. Well, they do that.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm on this person's partner. I'm that person's partner.
I am excited to see Marvin Bracey because we haven't seen him.
He's in the 4x1.
He's in the 4x1.
Wait, so who's on that team? Do they have 4 names listed? It's a good team. Christian
Coleman, Kenny Bednarik, Kyrie King, and Marvin Bracey.
Because some of the 4x1 listings have just one person or 2 people. Oh, they have the same name twice. It's hard to figure out. I don't blame them. This is a tough thing to manage.
So I will add this. I'll put a button on Texas Relays with Texas themselves. Texas 4x8 men. Someone in the comments last podcast or 2 podcasts ago, when we were talking about the Iowa State potentially breaking the collegiate record in 4x8, it's like, what about Texas? Well, Texas is putting together a good 4x8. They got Cameron Huron, Creighton Carrozza, Yusuf Bizimana, and Jonathan Jones. Mm-hmm. Carrozza, Bizimana, and Jones are all
they run last
144, 145 type guys.
Didn't they all run last night?
Yeah. They didn't run as fast, but it is windy. They ran.
We've established it's windy.
Bizimana ran 146, Jones 147, Huron ran 147, Carrozza didn't run.
Okay.
But
staying
146,
fresh.
147, 147, and a fresh Creighton Carrozza.
So are you saying the collegiate record might go down?
At Texas Relays. Yeah.
Are they going for it? Did you ask them about it?
I didn't ask them about it, but why are you going to run it if you're not going for it?
A lot of reasons.
Teacher, why are you running it if you're not
going for it? It's good. I thought you were talking about the Texas women's 4x1 because that could be really good.
They already broke the meet record in the prelim.
Well, I'm thinking bigger than that.
Yeah.
Because they definitely can. Julian Alfred needs another collegiate record. It's been 3 weeks since she's got one.
Yeah, it's been too long.
She needs to.
Like it's been 84 years meme of the Titanic old lady. It's been 3 weeks since I last broke the collegiate record.
Just like something's missing out there. Oh, I haven't broken a collegiate record.
Yeah, it's like, what have you done with your life in the past? You've been lazy.
So she's not in the open 100.
No, I don't
Correct.
think so.
Just the 4x, just the relay. Okay, let's go to the Florida relays. Also a good meet. Similar setup in terms of some pros, but a lot of collegians. You got teams like Florida and Texas A&M that are there. But there's a couple open events I wanted to talk about. First off, the men's 100 featuring, as of this recording, unless they had some scratches, Joseph Fonbele and Arian Knighton.
Arian Knighton in 100.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't had a lot of that.
Neither has broken 10.
Fonbele hasn't broken 10?
10.00 is his PR on World Athletics.
Man, if Fonbele gets good at the 100, it's over. That man, dude, it may not happen this year, may not happen next year, may not happen ever, but if he ever becomes a 9.8, if he becomes like a 9.89 100-meter guy, his 200 is going to be insane.
I'm excited to see this one. This is a good early season test. I know Knighton, 200 runner primarily. Fonbele better at the 2 because he gets going.
Who you taking?
I'll go Fonbele.
I go Fonbele as well.
His PR is only a few hundredths faster, but I'll go Fonbele. Men's quarter, you got Rye Benjamin and Quincy Hall are in there. Talitha Diggs is running the 1 and the 2, and then Anna Hall running the 8 and the 400 hurdles, which could be fun. Men's 200, Gardner, Michael Cherry, Trevor Bassett, and then Marco Arop, medalist in the 800. He's running the 1500.
Anna Hall's not running both the 8 and the 400 hurdles
I hope
week,
so.
is she?
Are you really questioning if Anna Hall is going to run a bunch of events? Do you know what she does for a living?
A bunch of events.
Does a bunch of events.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it makes sense, but damn, impressive.
Yeah. I guess if you're going to do a bunch of stuff, you practice early in the
Doing a bunch
season.
of stuff.
Well, and you look at that field, look at that 800 field that she's in with. We know she runs ridiculous 800s, and we already did the math on how many events she could have qualified for individually. But it's a legit 800-meter field that she's going against.
Yeah.
And she's going to be fine.
I did ask her what she thinks she can run a fresh 800 in. I think she said like 201 or 202. I think she said. So we'll find out. Because I think she's run like 205 or 206 at the end of a heptathlon. Am I making that up? I could be making that up.
I thought she ran at the end of a heptathlon?
Yeah.
What's her PR overall, though?
I don't know.
Hasn't she run 203? Or am I making that up?
I think you might be making that up.
Okay.
Oh, no, you're not.
I'm not. Literally 203.
I think she can run 20 over under 203.11 for her.
At Florida Relays?
Yeah. Going under.
Yeah.
It's fun to go under.
That's not on the over-under list, but I guess we could add that if you
we're
want.
not adding it.
Oh.
Just
okay.
unofficial.
You're the boss, I guess.
I am the boss. And speaking of being the boss, I don't like this chair situation because
you're shorter than me?
It's making me shorter than you, and
I
I can't handle it.
Well, this thing won't... Oh, there you go. That better?
Yeah, it feels a little...
I'm too short now?
Feels a little bit better. I just didn't like looking up to you. It's a weird feeling.
Wow. You took that personally.
Do you know why I'm wearing the Phillies hat?
Because they lost yesterday?
I guess so, yeah. That's why I'm wearing it. Yeah. No.
Let's move
opening
on.
day, Phillies. Dodgers.
That was yesterday.
Should we add that to the over-under?
Dodgers wins?
Who's going to make it farther?
Oh, Dodgers.
Phillies.
Yeah. Dodgers made news because of the guy getting tackled in the outfield.
I saw that. That was cool.
Doing the proposal. I thought it was fake. You thought it was fake probably too because you think everything's fake.
No.
Initially. Like,
who's going to fake that? The Dodgers?
No, when you first see the close-up on the guy getting trucked, you're just like, wait a minute, what? It looked strange.
I didn't think it was fake. I knew it was real from day one.
Did you? You would be, in a couple months if it comes out, it was part of some viral stunt for blah, 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 blah.
Did I ever tell you?
You'd say, oh, okay.
Did I ever tell you how I would run onto a baseball field or a football field or a soccer pitch or whatever and get away with it?
You did?
Did I ever tell you how I would do it to get away with it?
do it. Okay, this is more hypothetical. Gordon
So this is what you do. If you ever, so this goes out, this is a public service announcement. If you ever had a major sporting event and you want to run on the field and get away with it,
Don't do that.
this is what you do.
Don't listen to Gordon.
You first buy a ticket with 50 of your friends.
Mm-hmm.
You have 50 of your friends sit on the opposite side of where you're running. So they sit, you don't sit with them. They have them sit in the outfield and you sit on the first baseline or one side of the football field or whatever. And you have them all bring jackets. Okay?
How long is this going to take?
You have them all bring jackets.
It's a lot longer wind-up.
And they all have jeans and a jacket and a baseball cap. You make the baseball cap a red baseball cap, and underneath all their jackets, they need to have a white t-shirt. You run on to the field in a white t-shirt, jeans, and a red hat.
Mm-hmm.
You run, and then you run into the stands, and then everyone, all 50 of your friends are sitting together. They take off their jackets, and then they're all wearing white shirts, jean pants, and a red hat. And then you blend right in, and then everyone disperses, and they don't know who's the one that ran on the field because there's 50 people all wearing the same exact outfit. The cops wouldn't know what to do because they see a bunch of the same people running all over the place. You have no idea who committed the crime. You get away with it. Because then if they say, like, oh, you need to stop, you're like, is it a crime to wear a white shirt and a red hat? No, it's not. It's not a crime to wear a white shirt and a red hat.
This weekend, live on FloTrack, we're at the Paris Marathon. Don't forget about that, in addition to Stanford. Stanford Invitational is already underway, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's rolling right now. So a lot of distance action
Later
there.
tonight.
Yeah, we previewed that on Wednesday. Paris Marathon should be good, too. Leonard Carrier for the U.S. is going to be there. Also, Guye Adola, the man who almost beat Id Kipchoge, which is an honor and a privilege.
It's his nickname.
And a distinction and something.
Gula, the man who almost beat Kipchoge Adola.
Yeah, exactly. It's a long nickname,
yeah,
but it's a nickname. That's the Paris Marathon, which takes place on Sunday. I'm guessing we're going to get some really cool results.
Some people call it the Wayback. TM Wayback, the man who almost beat Eliud Kipchoge.
Yeah. Although then it kind of got ruined a bit because when he lost that year in London, he got 7th or he got 8th.
So
7 guys beat
people
him.
get it, or 7 guys get it.
Well, but they actually beat him. They didn't almost beat him. But I don't count that one.
It's better to almost beat him than to actually beat him.
Well, okay. Would you rather? This is a stupid question. Would you rather almost beat him when he wins, so you get 2nd, or would you rather beat him, but then a bunch of other people beat him? It seems to lessen the achievement, wouldn't you think?
Yeah.
If you get, not to mention you're getting 5th as opposed to 2nd.
If you go to a major marathon,
yeah,
and you finish it, and one of the star runners DNFs, can you walk around saying, like, I just beat this person?
Yeah. A lot of people walking around with Ken and Issa Bekele victories after some major marathons.
Do you think there's a t-shirt I beat, can I say that Bekele, and then like all the years that he DNFs?
I think it counts.
Do you think there's someone who's like chased him around, be like, I just want to get another win? Or they want to get the win, so they're waiting for the next big DNF?
Yeah.
DNF chasers?
That's what they're called.
I chase DNFs.
New Netflix series. All right, let's talk about Penn Relays. Another announcement. This is for one of the pro fields, the Olympic development fields. They're doing the 600 again this year. They did it last year. It was one of the most exciting races out there. This time we got Ajay Wilson, Natoya Gould, and Sage Herda Klecker all coming off pretty solid indoor seasons or last year's outdoor season. Like 3 women who you could see in a final at a World Championships. Sage Herda Klecker knocking on the door. That's a tough team to make in the U.S., but she's right there. Gould from Jamaica, the veteran. Last year, I think Mo won this race, so opportunity for somebody else to grab it. I see you looking at all-time lists. We always pull up the all-time list in the 600, and we think, can they do it? Can they do it? If they do it, it's a tough record to beat. It's Semenya, correct?
121.77. Ajay Wilson ran 122.39 in that same race.
Yeah. What did Thing Mo run last year?
Thing Mo last year ran 122.74. So she was less than a second away.
And I thought she was going to I guess the pace was a little slow, although it looked pretty quick because they're running 200 meters shorter than what they're used to. But it will be cool to have Ajay Wilson back there from the area. So she'll get a lot of cheers. And Gould, as we mentioned, Jamaican, she'll have the fans going as well.
And Sage Herda Klecker.
She was there last year too.
Some are saying
that was the meet.
year?
That was the meet.
That was me when I asked her if she was Kate Grace.
Yeah, the next
Kate Grace.
Yeah.
And she
Or your
didn't.
headline was-
She didn't not say no.
She didn't think it was a strange question like pretty much everybody else did.
Yeah, she was
from
like,
you saying,
I've been thinking about that.
Yeah. Well, you're like, 15 versus 8. That's
15
the whole
versus 8.
genesis of the question. It's hard to think about where Gordon's brain goes sometimes, guys. You got to twist yourself a little bit in some logical knots to get there with Gordon.
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
I'm working on my brain. But yeah, it should be a fun race. There's some other Olympic development races. There's going to be some 400s, some 200s, miles, steeple. But one thing I want to say, though, who came up with the phrase Olympic development?
Should be already Olympic.
It should just be pro.
Well, because some non-pros run it. Like we saw, we had some high schoolers
pros are not pros.
Well, we had some high schoolers in it too.
But maybe they just call it elite.
Elite.
The elite race, not
Elite.
the Olympic development. Because
But see, some of the collegians are elite though.
I don't know. Just like
this is why.
Has anyone walked around like I'm an Olympic developer?
No, you say I'm in the Olympic development.
Like the only
race.
people who are Olympic developers are like construction workers building the next stadium. They're Olympic developers.
Oh man.
But like, you know what I'm saying? Olympic development's a weird thing. No one. What do you do for
Invite? I've heard they use invite too.
I think elite, just elite.
But some of the collegians are elite too.
Yeah.
If you're using the literal definition of all these words, you'll never settle on a name.
But Olympic development also makes no sense because they're not develop. It should be World Championship development.
Well, because some of them have already developed into Olympians. Is that what you're saying?
Well, they're not training for the Olympics right now. They're training for the World Championships.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Anyway,
This is good stuff, man. You're hitting on all the key points that people want to know about in the world of track and field.
people are going to take my advice of how to get away with streaking on a.
Someone
Soccer
commented,
pitch.
rule number 1, don't listen to Gordon about running onto a sporting field. Rule 2, see rule number 1.
Who makes these rules? That's a stupid rule.
Yeah,
Rule number 3, don't make your own rules.
Don't do that. All right. You want to do the over-unders? Or do you want to talk about something else? Over-unders? Okay. So let's pull up
So we haven't done them in a while.
Well, yeah, because that hasn't been much to talk about. So I got 4 here.
But wait, what's the records?
You have them. I'm 21-15. You're 15-21.
So you have a 6-game lead on me?
Mm-hmm.
So I need to make a comeback here.
Yeah.
So I think moving forward, I'm just always going to say the opposite of you.
Yeah, go ahead. Go first. Drew Bosley. 28 flat, Stanford invite. What do you think? Over, under?
It's
Make
going
your
to be
pick.
over.
You see me over?
What are you going to go?
Over 28 flat?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go over.
I thought you were going to take opposite.
No, I'm ahead. I'm good. I'm just going to try
No. You say...
I'll go first on this one. Steiner.
No, hold on. No, you really want to take over? Just take the under.
No.
He's fast. He's so good.
Then you should have taken the under.
No, I'm just not feeling it. I think it's going to go over, but I think you should take the under.
You should make your pick, and I'll make my pick.
We'll
alternate.
what can I do to get you to take the under on that?
Nothing. Let's keep it moving. Steiner. 4x4 split. Now this is tough.
It's going to be over. That's why I want you to take the under.
We're just going.
Because the coach told me it's going to be over.
That's cheating. We're just going off of whatever results they put on the timing site for the 4x4 split. Let's just agree to do that. Okay?
What if she runs
We have no idea what leg she's running either.
the wrong leg where you don't get the split?
Yeah.
Like the first and second leg don't get splits.
At all?
They get combined.
Sure. Okay, should we choose a different one then?
No, we'll do it. We can watch the replay back and use our good old-fashioned stopwatch.
Okay. 49.3. I'm going to go under. I think her split's going to be 49.25.
We're going over. You thought you'd bait me.
This is too easy. No, because I know it's going to be under. Shout out to Caleb, by the way.
I want her to. I think she's going to run under, but I don't know. I think we'll go over. No, I'm going over. 40.
Okay.
She's going to run like 49.4.
All right.
It's windy.
Fair enough.
Windy.
Okay. Let's go to some individual events.
Okay.
Florida Relays men's winner in the 100. So we think the guys in contention for this would be Joseph Fonbele. It would be Arian Knighton. I'm going to pull up the whole 100-meter start list here. Let me grab it. Unless you have it in front of you. Oh, you took off the start list here. Let me see. Whoops, we're on the wrong day. Saturday running events.
This is really great podcast of you looking things up.
You changed the link, man.
I didn't change it. I did change it.
Okay, so there's 3 heats. Dede, Fanbele, Don Nascimento, Jelani Walker, who we talked about before, Knighton, Andrew Hudson, Bismarck,
also
Boateng,
Jamaican.
Eric Duffy, Will Clay, Asamoah, Murray, Mangarianga, Vanover, Recoy Brathwaite, Forte, and then Lovett. So they seeded it basically. The first heat is the top seeds. So you have Walker in there. We should mention him as well. Fanbele, Knighton, and Hudson are the top, and Don Nascimento the top seeds. I think Fanbele is going to win it. 10:03, and we're saying wind illegal still counts.
Yeah,
it's like what's the time on the clock? So you're betting with the wind as well in this race too.
All right, so where are you going?
I am going to go 10:03 is real tough. It's a great line. I set the line. I'm pretty good at this. If I do say so myself.
I know what I'm doing.
I'm going over.
God dang it, that's what I'm doing too. Over.
But
I'm hammering it over. It's not going to be close. It's going to be like 10:09.
Well, Knighton ran pretty close. Ran right at that time last year. It was a couple weeks later.
It was a couple weeks later.
But it was
that's the difference.
At this track. But it's not a ridiculous line. We're both over.
Weather's going to be fine. I thought about see if I could get a weather advantage.
Did you look up the weather?
It's going to be good weather.
What did the weather say?
Weather report.
Because we didn't do the weather report for Gainesville.
87. It's going to be like 80, partly cloudy, 0% precipitation, 17 miles per hour winds.
Wow.
Or 14 miles per hour.
The other one, women's 200 invitational winner. So we talked about Gabby Thomas.
Is that Texas Relays?
Texas Relays, yeah. Gabby Thomas is in there. Also, Melissa Jefferson, Anavia Battle. Sears is in there from Tennessee.
Whatever you're doing, I'm doing the opposite.
22-1-0. Well, given the wind, and given that Gabby ran under 21-7 last with the wind, I'm going under.
God dang it. I don't want to do that. I'll go under with you. No, wait. I'm going over.
You're going over? Not a bad. Again, this is hugely dependent on if the conditions cooperate.
What if I just do over every time for the rest of this entire year? Would I eventually, law of averages, beat you? If I just never take the under? I just always take the over?
Depends. What I pick, obviously.
But I'm going 4 overs, and you're doing only 2 overs. Are you... Man, I thought I'll get you on the Bosley one because I just texted the coach. I said, what's he running? And he told me what he's running.
First of all, illegal. Second of all, you don't need to get it all back at once. If you even made up 1 on me every week, you'd be caught up in 6 weeks.
Yeah, okay, but I'm going to get 2 on you here, and it'll be caught up in 3 weeks.
Yeah, or it's going to go the other direction. All right, so we got Drew Bosley, Stanford Invite, live on FloTrack tonight. We're both going over 28 minutes. So that's just him, too. That's not even the race winner. We're just talking about him specifically. What do they say they're going to run when you talk to Coach?
I think they're running like 28:15, 28:20 pace.
Okay, well, if they're going out 28:15 pace, he could try to close a little, or they don't.
15-second close on the final mile, it's a lot.
I don't know if a mile, but maybe the.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Drew's like,
Woody
screw it, I
Kincaid
want to run sub 28, but I think they're going to run 28:15.
All right, Bosley.
I said he was going to run 28:18, I think, in the preview.
Mm-hmm. So you're pretty
We should
close.
run that back. Whatever that time I said, and if he runs that exact time, you give me
crown him.
Some dollars.
Steiner, 4x4 split, 49.3. I went under. Gordon went over. Florida Relays, men's winner, 10.03. We both went over. And then Texas Relays, women's winner, 22.1. Gordon went over. I went under. Feel good about him?
No, but it's okay. It's early. It's the beginning of the outdoor season. I'm going to make a big run when we get to the races that matter, like at USA's, NCAAs, and Worlds, where we're doing every single race, and that's where I'm going to
every single
rack
race.
it up.
Every single race?
We're doing over-unders in every final. for Worlds.
No, we're not doing every single. I'm not going to give you the opportunity when you're behind by.
No.
a million points.
You can't do this little like.
It's got to be a good over
I'm
under.
hurt. I twisted my ankle and killed 2 minutes on the soccer clock. No, we're not doing that. You got to play.
Sounds like someone lost at
you're
rec league
committed.
this week.
You're committed to
Did you guys
playing.
get beat at rec league soccer this week?
We did get beat.
Did someone stall?
They stalled. They stalled like
People
hell.
stall in rec league.
They stall at intramural soccer, which
That's
is like,
lame.
bro, what are we doing here?
Lame. Really?
Yeah.
Because they're out of shape, or because they're trying to run out the clock on the game.
They're trying to run out the clock on the game.
That's lame.
They're like, the ball goes out, and then they just like walk as slow as possible.
That's lame.
They're like slower than anything I've ever seen before.
You're there trying to get some cardio.
Yeah.
You're not there to run out the
People
guys,
run out the clock in intramurals.
It's not EPL.
There's a special place in hell for you.
Yeah, that is lame.
I know. Whew, thank you. So you can agree with me on some things.
Yeah, that's a rare sense of just not even in terms of track, but in terms of life.
They
or
care so much
anything.
about the win that was like, we're here to play soccer.
Well, you were
not
telling
just-
me about the other issue with the league with people getting in fights, and I
Yeah,
thought,
we got
well,
it.
that's,
Yeah.
I said that's lame if you're taking it that seriously. Like, you're an adult. Stop getting into a fight playing a game.
Yeah, we got kicked out of the first league, and the second league we got a warning email.
Yeah. To be clear, it wasn't you.
It wasn't me.
Okay, it wasn't you.
I'm the peacekeeper in a situation.
You're on a big, which is trouble, but it tells you the situation on that team and on that league. But yeah, running out the clock, that's bad too.
Yeah.
That is really. So you have refs and stuff,
Yeah.
and they just let it. They don't care because they're
Well, they're
getting
like,
paid by
well, they
the hour.
can, you know,
Do that stuff like that.
they're
They're not going
it's
to stop.
there's
They're
no,
not. Well, they're not going to stop the clock and
No.
add more stoppage time because
yeah,
they're
there
paid
is
by
no
the hour.
stoppage time.
How long do you play for?
20-minute halves.
Okay, so it's literally it doesn't stop for anything.
No.
If there's a free kick, it runs. Substitution, it runs. Everything.
So when the ball goes out of bounds, it's a lot of like, oh, okay, wait. Oh, no, we don't want to kick it yet. Hold on. Let's move it here. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, dude,
I need some cardio.
let's just play soccer.
I paid money.
Exactly.
You paid like what, $150 for
No,
the
like
season?
$60.
$60 for the season. How many
Yeah.
games?
8 games.
8 games. So a little less than $10 a game
Yeah.
for 40 minutes.
Yeah. And
yeah.
I'm subbing in. It's not like I'm playing the full 40.
Yeah.
There's subs.
You know what you need on the sideline? Like
What?
the NBA players? A bike, a stationary bike. Gordon stays ready.
That's what it is.
You're a dunker, man.
Yeah.
All right. Any questions in the chat? Someone asked, is it legal to bet on these races in any state? Asking for a friend. LOL.
I wish.
Don't think so.
One day it will be.
Gordon would lose even more money. Oh, and the game says, want to see Anavia progress in the 200. Jordan says Hudson is gearing up for a double at Jamaican Nationals. I'm excited about the Jamaican Nationals. It's so funny. On the women's side, you kind of got an idea of how it's going to go. But on the men's side, there's some uncertainty there, especially in the 200. Who's going to emerge? Who's going to step up? I think Hudson could do it, obviously. But as we've talked about before, a lot of young talent on the men's side in Jamaica. Thomas says Arkansas women 4x4 over under 321. Whew.
Under.
Are they going to beat
over.
They're not going to beat their indoor time.
No, it's still early.
We don't know who they're running either. So Wilson was entered in the 400 hurdles and scratch,
Yeah,
correct?
so she's probably just going to run the 4x4.
Yeah. It is interesting though to watch, even though it is early. The college kids are still, relatively speaking, in better shape at this point in the year than the pro. Like they've done more meets because they just came off of like a serious indoor season, and the intensity around the college side of things. Well, you've seen it. You've seen it from Texas Relays how intense things get. And on the pro side, whenever I've been out there, the feeling is more of spring training, Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
Wow, we're putting together this cool all-star 4x1. It's so cool to watch these two athletes hand the baton to each other. They're not even in the same training group, or they are in the same training group, but they never run the relay. So
Yeah.
the difference in intensity is noticeable.
All right. Do you have anything else?
Well, I'm just waiting for the chat to come through.
Some people in the chat were upset with me.
What did they say?
First message in the chat was
Props to the chat.
Jordan said, can't wait for FloTrack to talk for 1 minute about a sub 10 and 11 Jamaican at Champs, and then 30 minutes about some random B tier distance runner.
Whoa, Jordan.
Whoa, Drew Bosley just getting dunked on by
And
the
it
chat.
it didn't end up being the opposite?
Yeah, it was definitely the opposite. We're like, Stanford happened. All right, move on.
Who's the number one Champs fan in all of Austin, Texas?
Me.
It's Gordon Mack. This guy talks about Champs nonstop.
Yeah.
Who wants to go to Champs more than anybody who's never been?
You.
Exactly. It's total FOMO
We're going to try to
situation.
go next year. We almost were going to go this year. But then scheduling got screwed up, so we didn't go. But next year, we want to go.
Yeah, Jordan, the same Jordan who started the podcast going after you.
Coming in hot.
Hope you guys have learned your lesson and booked champs tickets for 2024. Crying emoji. Khalil says, U.S. 100-meter athlete 10-10, Isam Asinga, high score, 18 years old, in the Florida Relays, 1.0 wind. Let's see how he progresses. Florida Relays, you got that one?
What?
Looking that up?
What am I?
Florida Relays, men's 100, or maybe the heats.
It just happened?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, you just told us. What do I need to look up?
I don't know. Maybe there's something interesting about
Are
it.
you trying to see if he's lying to me? Dude, I am still in awe that Mackenzie Long ran 1080. I get it, it's a 3.5 wind, yes. But 1080 is 10 freaking 80.
All right, so
And she ran 1149 last year. We're not talking about this enough.
you talked about it a
Kevin,
lot, I think.
no, we need to talk about this more. We need to do a whole bonus pod about Mackenzie Long. This is insane. 1080 is 10 freaking 80.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but we need to have a discussion about, that Charles Barkley. I mean, it's time to have a conversation.
It's time to have a
It's time to have a conversation about
No,
Mackenzie
you
Long.
didn't. It's the Shaq one. I didn't respect your. I didn't know how good your game was.
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
I didn't respect your
I'm
game.
just saying.
Okay, he's Singa is committed to Texas A&M according to Mousesplit, and the last result in here is a 10:06 wind aided from FSU relays. Pretty fast. Oh, Khalil says he broke Anthony Schwartz's meet record of 10:15.
That's a good record.
But now they're saying, is it wind aided? I'm not sure. Okay. Tony says, what goes around comes around. The Jamaican men's track and field is back. Bless the young moon. A lot of stars will be with him. We have stars like Asafa Powell. So.
All
Wait, so was it windy? People now are debating whether or not it's windy.
The Florida Relays one?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just. Yeah, you're not good at looking up results, so I'm just gonna do this for you.
No, I'm good. You just changed the link right underneath.
No, it's not that hard.
Oh, maybe they're talking about Mackenzie Long's.
10-10, 1.0 wind.
Okay. They're talking about Mackenzie's Long.
Mackenzie Long was 3.5 wind.
Yeah. That's what they're saying. Calm down is 3.5.
I'm not gonna. You go out and run 10-8, 3.5 wind. Hell, go run 10-8 with 11.0 wind. How many men can run 10-8 with 10.0 wind?
I don't think that's the question.
Not you or me,
That's not the question.
or you or I.
Look at the
What's a conversion?
No, go hold on.
100 meter wind convert calculator. All right. So she ran what? 1080, 3.5 wind, city, Austin, Texas, woman. It converts to 1098.
Yeah, look at
That's good. Sub
at-
11. She ran 1149 last year, and now she's running converted to 1098. That's good.
This reminds me of last year. Hold on. There was some crazy times last year too. Hold on. Let me pull some of these up. Stand by.
I'm standing.
This will be worth it.
Okay, I don't know if that's true, but
Hold on. It was college. Yeah.
what are we looking up?
Last year.
Yeah.
Solera Barnes. This is 2.8. Solera Barnes ran 1082. Jada Baylor 1083.
What did Solera Barnes end up running at NCAAs?
She ran 1113.
Oh shit.
Or she ran 1089 at prelims.
Okay. So she had a bad final.
But the win calculators, I mean, it's just an estimate.
It would be a fun game to predict win calculations.
So here's one. Toby Mokiawo, Boston University freshman, 990 plus 4.6. Azamati had the 2.0 with the 990. Oh, Devin Ashane, the full player.
Yeah, maybe feature Eagle.
1002 with a 4.6. There's a reason we have it at 2.0.
Who decided that? Why don't they just make it 4-0?
I did a show last year right after Texas Relays about what would happen if we didn't have wind limits, and it would be chaos, and it would be kind of fun for a couple of years because, well, this is what I think. We don't have a way to know for sure, but everybody would want to be known as the fastest man or fastest woman on earth, so they would just go and find just the most fortuitous or the high altitude, and there would just be this continual pursuit to. Like if there was no regulation.
They're just constantly one up each other, right?
Yeah, and it wouldn't even necessarily. I think it would create this whole shadow track circuit where it was literally just about becoming the fastest person in the world, and they wouldn't even necessarily compete at meets.
How fast do you think Usain Bolt could run 100 meters with a 10.0 tailwind, and he's running downhill?
A 10.0 tailwind?
And he's running downhill.
Oh, 8.5? Oh, let me do the calculation. Yeah, 8.5. Yeah. What was his best relay split? I mean, even with a flying start.
We can find a way to make this happen. What would I don't even know. Minus 10.0
8.79 at Penn Relays, according to Bleacher Report. So, yeah, you could probably even go faster.
This says 10.0 win is
steep-
good for a second.
Depends how. Right. So then you're talking about when Bolt was in 9.58 shape?
Yeah, so you can
That
run
gets you
a
to
second.
8.58.
And then downhill another 0.5.
Yeah, maybe.
You made 7.9?
Yeah, maybe.
7.99 Bolt.
Tampa Eagle, great pod. Gordon didn't say anything stupid. Then he followed up a couple posts later with until now.
I don't think I say anything stupid.
You almost had the perfect pod.
Yeah, it's like trying to pitch a perfect game. It's 27 outs, and then I'm like on the ninth inning.
Yeah.
2 outs in, and then I just like
totally screwed up.
Hit the batter.
Yeah.
Just like him right in the head.
All right, so what are the big? So we got Texas relays, we got Florida relays, which are exciting. Obviously, keep an eye on champs, and we're going to talk, of course, a lot more about Nkrumah and Reed. Penn relays on the horizon. The pro fields are coming together there, which is cool. Got Paris Marathon this weekend.
I think we just need to end the pod.
No, I'm recapping it in my head, like what was the most important things, and I thought it was a good show. That was a good show. Little mix of preview and recap, stuff to look forward to next week.
It's just like inside baseball of podcasting. Let's recap our podcast at the end of the podcast.
Okay, listen.
Get the highlight reels.
As Tampa Eagle
remember
would
when
say,
I mentioned Drew Bosley?
Remember when you talked about running onto the field? So.
That was a good. You didn't. Now that we're at the end of the pod and everyone who's listening are like, they are already committed.
I just wish it took longer. Your story. That's my only hope.
It's a good idea.
No, it's not.
It would work.
No, it wouldn't.
Imagine seeing that on the Fox telecast, and you saw they run into the stands, and then everyone in the bleachers.
First of all,
takes off their
he's
jacket.
not getting to the bleachers.
Yeah, he is.
He's getting tackled.
No,
this isn't a rinky-dink Pennsylvania District 4 meet. No, you're not getting out. Right. Security's coming from all sides.
No, you can run and get to the
and then there's people watching, and then there's things called cameras on everybody in a stadium. How do I have to explain this to you? They're not
gonna have time to look up the cameras after the fact.
They grab all of them, and then they figure out who it was, and they let the other 9 go.
Do they have enough people to handcuff 50 different patrons wearing red hats and white T-shirts? No.
Yes. At a game?
No, they don't.
At a professional sporting event.
They're all going to walk away. They're not going to be able to control that. They're able to control one streaker. No. They're not able to control 50.
At a pro sports event, the security at a sporting event that you don't even see is massive.
Oh, come on.
Is massive. You think they're messing around?
They are not. They are messing around.
They're coming out of nowhere. There's going to be people in plain clothes coming out of the woodwork.
There's no like.
Yes, there is, man. Yes,
at a random regular season baseball game?
Same thing as Disneyland. There's all sorts of stuff that goes on behind the scenes we don't even know about.
I don't believe that. I think that if I wore a shirt and got camouflaged into a group of 50 people, they wouldn't be able to find me.
Okay. Well, then you should try.
It's the perfect heist.
Jordan says, I'm a fan of Gordon's collection of T-shirts.
Thank you. This is Right to Ricky Sanchez podcast.
Another one.
Say the name.
How many shirts have they made?
And
you're mad because we don't have a single shirt.
We don't have a single shirt, yeah.
Although we did get sent this shirt.
We did get sent shirts. Yeah. Do you have the shirts?
I have a shirt. I have my shirt. Keith Garland.
Kyle Garland's dad.
Shout out.
Sent us these shirts. I'm going to wear them at Penn Relays.
There it
Billy
is.
John.
Explain it. Or you can't. You just got to know.
You just got to know. Google it.
It's good.
Just Google it.
Thank you, though. These are great. We need more merch.
More merch. Send us merch and we'll wear it.
Yeah, because Gordon's never going to have his dream of making a shirt for the podcast. He's tried a lot of times, guys. I've been in a lot of meetings with Gordon.
He's like, it might, you know what? It might happen now. I think summer can make it happen. I think we can make it happen.
Thanks to Caleb for producing.
Thanks to the chat for listening.
Yeah.
And tomorrow's April Fool's. You can do any pranks?
No, zero pranks.
You'll
be at Texas Relays.
I'll be at Texas Relays. I was really hoping that we could have a podcast on April Fool's.
That worked out well last year. I remember that.
For those who don't know, an old producer of the podcast, I wanted to do an April Fool's podcast.
I didn't.
And you also didn't.
Yeah.
Where all the stories were made up.
Yeah.
And we legitimized them. And there was fear that people would think they were real, and then it makes us look bad because we're a legitimate news organization. I'm like, legitimate news organization? It's a fucking podcast.
Whoa, man.
Hey,
now we can't monetize this.
We can monetize it. We're an hour in. They're not going to remember.
That's bad. You can't. We got to go before Gordon cusses anymore.
But what I'm saying is,
it was a bad idea.
We had really good fake track and field news stories that we were going to talk about
They weren't
throughout
that good.
the rundown. They were great. Shut up. They were great.
They were not that great.
They were good.
All right.
Anyway, there was a one time.
I'm getting a text that says we need to go.
There was one time where
some breaking news.
Who are you getting the text from?
No, I don't know.
A few years ago, we made a prank where we said Beyonce was coming to Texas Relays, and everyone believed it. And then Texas Athletics emailed us saying you need to take that down because people are calling admissions thinking Beyonce is performing at Texas
So doesn't
Relays.
that just prove the? Okay. Anyway.
No, it proves that people need to learn. April Fool's anyway. I'm just saying, I want to do an April Fool's podcast.
I'm very glad that it's on Saturday. I just want to say that, guys.
Yeah, well, when it's on a Monday, Wednesday, or Friday next year.
I won't be on it then, because we've argued about this for like 3 years.
Well, I'm going to win the argument this time, because...
You did it, the where you should have ended it was in Shoe King. Shoe King was like the perfect walk-off.
That was good.
Because it was audio only. It made a bunch of sense. There was one thing, and you and Lincoln, particularly Lincoln, vamped really well for an entire hour. That's where you should have let. And we got emails afterwards.
Well, the thing about that podcast is when we recorded it, we started it, and then Lincoln said this is a joke at the top of the hour.
You told him
and I was like, no, we got to restart recording again. No, we can't tell people this is a joke.
Yeah, people literally, we
Emailed
probably
us,
had 5 or 6 emails.
Yeah, it's like, when's this coming out?
Yeah, like, can you guys send me the link to that podcast you guys talked about?
Yeah.
And maybe they were joking us, but I think a couple people.
People want an April Fool's podcast. They're fun.
Well, you guys sold it well.
Well, we're going to get one eventually next year.
All right. The email address, FloTrackPodcast@gmail.com.
Like, but more importantly, subscribe. We
Yeah.
need 20,000 YouTube subscribers by NCAAs.
Wait, did we have 18.4 last time, or do we have 18.6?
We had 18.4 last time.
Okay, cool. We're up to 18.5. I thought we lost.
No, so we're up to 18.5? All right, so
Yeah.
we're 1,500 away.
Before NCAAs?
Yeah.
Man, I'm sweating, guys.
It's 2 months. 2 months. That's $750 a month. 2 easy payments of $750 a month.
All right. Thanks, Caleb. We'll talk to you guys Monday. Have a good weekend.